In this episode, I walk up some stairs, I take off my sock, and I drench the camera in water. Every season finale has got a moment, a twist, a cliffhanger. Breaking Bad had the rice and cigarette, Game of Thrones had the red wedding, and Wacky Races had whatever the hell happened at the end of Wacky Races. I genuinely don't remember. I was 7. Me? I booked myself a room. An actual room with an actual bed. And critically, air conditioning. After 4 months of folding myself into a car named after a dinosaur, that's my plot twist. A mattress. Route 55, 11 short of fame, south toward Hiwasa. I finally made it to the coastline after 4 months of inland rural Tokushima. Small victories. 35 degrees, which in Pachi, a car with the air conditioning ambitions of a biscuit tin, means 45 degrees inside. A shrine that isn't on the pilgrimage, a shrine that isn't in any of the guidebooks, a secret location if you will. 33 degrees north, 134 degrees east, just off the Route 55, maintained by whoever in the village still remembers it's here. I've learned about it through a friend of mine, and he said something I was never able to shake. He said, "This is what you would imagine Japan looks like before you actually came here." And he's right. It's the Miyazaki version of Japan. That's almost impossible to find these days. Would you look at that? You see, starting this entire fiasco of a project, I put certain limitations upon myself. A 14-year-old D800 and a 50mm focal length. And while not once have I felt that the camera held me back, it's a slightly different story when it comes to the lens. You see, there's a pagoda at Temple 9 that I really wished I brought something wider. There's a garden at Temple 20 or something that I really wished for more reach. Once per trip, I wish I brought a different lens. Wider here, longer there. More compression, less compression. I genuinely don't know if this is a real limitation or just a mind chatter looking for an exit. Oh, if I only had a 300mm lens, I could have gotten a nice shot, but since I only have a 50, it's time for a pint. It's a very convenient excuse to give up before you don't even try. I genuinely don't know. Ask me about it around Temple 88. All right. Temple 23, the last one in Tokushima. Officially a quarter of the way there. Well, geographically, not mathematically, because 23 into 88 is not exactly a quarter, but nobody's fact-checking a man in a straw hat, so we'll allow it. I was told this stretch is about aspiration, hoshin, the beginning of something. And to be brutally honest with you, I haven't had a single glimpse of enlightenment. I'm actually more confused than when I started. I no longer know whether this is a personal journey or a photography project, or both, or neither. Some days it's just Tuesday and I'm knackered, and there happens to be a temple. I'm just keeping the momentum going, trusting that the point of it all reveals itself eventually, which is either wisdom or procrastination, just dressed up a bit nicer. This right here, this luxurious 1-star, definitely has a mini fridge accommodation, is brought to you, and by brought to you I mean brought to me, by the following: Steve, Philip, Harry, Mark, Alfred, Kjetil, Joseph, Randall, Chaz, Brett, Carloso, Robin, FPZD, Rob, Stone78. You guys are just the coolest. You beautiful bastards. "12 to 15 meters, apparently, though I didn't bring a tape measure and I wasn't about to start negotiating with a waterfall. There's a torii gate here, which means at some point someone decided that this spot, loud, wet, and slightly too dangerous to stand near with a camera, is sacred enough to mark. Hard to bloody argue with them. So, 23 temples, 65 to go. One thing I've actually learned this quarter, not a photography lesson, not a pilgrimage lesson, just a true one. Comfort is an assassin of creativity. We are built to endure a lot more than we let ourselves. And every time we choose the convenient option instead, we don't get much for it. Convenience doesn't cost anything, which is not the same as being worth something. I'm still figuring this out, still dreading each night in Pajero, though a little less each time. And I say that loudly and proudly, screw convenience after a night in a bed in an air-conditioned room. Make of that what you will. See you in Kochi next month. Apparently the wildest prefecture in all of Japan.
it? Cliffhanger, innit?